Seven-figure men do go for me. Honey, how would you know that? You're not a seven-figure man. Again, all of these men and these pick-me-shas, pick-me women in my comment sections, you guys haven't even been in the same room as seven-figure men. You haven't been anywhere near the vicinity. You're watching TV and you're getting your information from there. I'm telling you, in real life, in reality, not delusion, reality, I date seven-figure men. I date six-figure men. That is a reality. What you guys are saying, that seven-figure men don't go for women that look like me, you wouldn't know that because you don't date them, all right? This person says, just to be clear, you can call men broke, but they can't call you fat. I am fat. I am self-subscribed fat, and guess what? I still make money. Nike pays my bills. I still go out with high-value, high-earning men, and my being fat has not stopped me from any of that, period.
In 2025, body positivity and fat acceptance has certainly made strides, with content creators such as Gabby Faye finding representation in brands, clothing lines, the fashion world, and garnering large social media influence. Fat conventions are popping up, and there is a societal push for fat acceptance as Americans become fatter and fatter. Take, for example, Virgie Tovar, who has dedicated her career to dismantling myths about fatness and fat bodies. She recently got married at 42 and took time to blog her experience as a fat woman, encouraging fat women everywhere that just because you're fat doesn't mean you're unlovable, and that big girls can find love and marriage too. She has also made strides in her career as she was recently hired by San Francisco Health Department as a consultant to help with weight stigma. We see there is a cultural shift focused on making fatness, and specifically fatness among women, an acceptable norm, one that is celebrated and accepted as a part of the beauty standard. Now, let's go back to Gabby Faye, plus-size model, fat activist, singer, and influencer. She is a proud fat woman and spends much of her time fighting the good fight in regards to fat positivity. As a plus-size model, she displays the beautiful side of fatness and shows by her life that a woman can be confident, beautiful, and fat. But along with fat activism is a continued effort to encourage women in their romantic lives. Encourage women everywhere that you should never settle for broke men. Let's hear her reasons why, and we'll break it down.
Stop dating broke boys who have no ambition, who are not working hard, who are not going anywhere. I mean, and then my term broke boys, I call them the broke boys club on my TikTok, because I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about they're mentally broke, they're emotionally broke. Their whole mindset, they're so stuck in their bitterness for women because of whatever woman hurt them in the past, that it's keeping them mentally blocked from moving forward in their own goals and their own lives. So
now, obviously, she got pushback from men who said, "Why are you judging men for being broke when you're fat?" Put another way, why are you upholding traditional patriarchal standards for men while simultaneously pushing for modern and progressive standards for women? Because yes, we know traditionally the rich men went for the best-looking women they could get, and that was usually associated with women who were petite and small. These kinds of double standards always cause men to question. Now, I am personally for women being healthy and will always advocate for a balanced lifestyle, particularly for Black women, because so many Black women struggle with their health. Now, if a woman happens to be naturally heavier, or if a woman chooses to be plus size and is happy with her body, that's her choice and her right. But the strangest thing about these dating conversations when it comes to standards is that there is usually a willingness to modify the societal expectations for women, but there is rarely, if ever, a willingness to apply the same grace to men. And that's just hypocritical. And in the year 2025, the reality is, the system is just not set up for all men to be millionaires or even make six figures. Some men's income will simply cap at 5 figures. In fact, most will. And to be honest, some men are happy taking jobs that make less than 6 figures. They may not need 6 figures to live a comfortable life, especially if they are more minimalist, have low bills, little to no debt, live within their means, and have made smart financial choices. They may not need a ton of capital to live well. So I really like to steer away from assuming that a man who makes less than 6 figures is broke or not worth it or is a failure as a man and has emotional problems or just hates his mama or is depressed or any of those things. That's just not always true. Some men are totally fine making 5 figures. Just like we would argue that some women are totally lovable and lovely and they are plus sized. So just because a man is not in the top 10% of earners, which by the way, usually only applies once a man hits a certain age and is less attractive because of his age, that does not mean those men are bums or evil or not worthwhile. It also doesn't mean that they may not be great potential partners or husbands. Also, there are many men out there who have a plan. They may have 6 figures now, but have a plan to build to become 6 or even 7 figures. But a woman who is not willing to invest in a man's dream or his vision, frankly, doesn't deserve to be around him when he starts bringing in real good money. So this is the danger of these conversations. They put arbitrary rules up that do nothing to identify valuable or potential partners. If anything, they create room for judgment and hypocrisy. So if disqualifying a woman because she is overweight might be perceived as shaming behavior, likewise, disqualifying a hardworking man who makes less than 6 figures is also shaming, and that is not fair. And also, overlooking the economic reality of what's going on today is also really dangerous. A Black woman and Black men are making anywhere between $44,000 to $50,000, right around that point. Black men making the higher end of that spectrum. So in reality, many of the dating standards that are promoted online are crap and stupid and don't really translate into real life. Also, dating is not marriage. A lot of women can get dates, even dates with rich men, and they can brag about it and post about it online. But few can actually get married and get that ring for commitment. And sometimes it's the unrealistic dating standards ladies promote that might be holding them back from finding real lasting love. So if we want society to let go of arbitrary standards with respect to women, I think it's only fair that we apply that same grace to men as well. But what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.